I like.
Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your girl Wendy Zizzo here with Nappy Red, Kirk the Jerk. We are Awareness Academy 411. Here to give you the 411 on, things going on in the world, give you our 2 cents. And if it applies, let it do. And if it don't, let it fly. Make it do what it do for you. It's for educational purposes only. If you try this at home, it's not on me. It's on you. You made the choice. But as always, and plus we got Red this week. Woohoo! Let's start off with the sound off. Let's roll.
Peace and blessings. Today's topic on Sound Off on Red Dot Production. Will you take it as a compliment or offense if your friend always copying everything you do? Second topic is if you take it as an offense, will you let your friend know about it? Sound off on it.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I've had people emulate me before, and I want to say, I want to say, like, it's flattering to a degree, but where it gets scary is when they don't have a problem hurting you now. You know what I mean? Like they don't mind, cutting your throat in some way because they want what you like if you are around a certain type of people, they want to interject themselves now and be around those same people too, like, and then talk shit about you behind your back to them.
Yeah.
So it's different things.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, people that copy me, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I mean, I can't do nothing about it, but I feel like it's okay to learn and pick up different things from people. But when you now don't care if you hurt them, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah. I guess it got limitations because we all get our style or rhythm or something from somebody. Like somebody had the expires. We listen to music and we get it from somebody. So it's like everybody imitate each other somehow. You might have said, "Oh, this is all me, 100%." Yeah, I noticed that. We having technical difficulties right now. Let me see if I can fix that right now. Oh, I fixed it. We all set now. Yeah.
All right.
Yay. I was like, what in the hell going on here?
What in the charge? But
damn nigrams. No. Nah, all fairness. As long as we get style, everybody gets style from somebody. Like it's somebody that in your life when you was a kid, they gave you inspiration and made you want to be the person you are as far as like entertainment. So if you taking a piece from somebody, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think it's always better if you take a piece from somebody but create your own spin on it. Like you listen to something
and also
like, yo,
give
I
them
really
credit for where you got it from too.
Pay homage to it. And I think
that's the whole thing. It's a lot of people is stealing people's shit and is not paying homage to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you see somebody doing something, you know what I'm saying, be like, yo, you know what I'm saying, at least salute them and say, yo, you know what, I got this from so and so, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try the different spin because I got somebody that's doing like the sound off similar, and they hit me up and said, yo, I want to try this, do this. Yeah, go ahead, do what you do and everything. I'm not gonna tell you to know or nothing, just do what you do. But at least pay homage to the people. And plus, like you said, it's kind of scary because if somebody's following your every move, that's too scary for me.
You know I mean, like I said, I've had it even to a point where the girl, I ain't gonna say her name, but the girl even was trying to mess with the same people I was messing with, or that was around me because, she want what I got. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that is scary.
Yeah, but
Because if you ever seen the single white female, that shit is scary. It's crazy.
he's
There's some
looking way
crazy
back.
people out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
White
crazy.
female.
hilarious. But no,
That's
that's
crazy.
fact though. That movie was crazy. That was a
Yeah,
crazy movie.
and it's people like that. Like even in the industry and everywhere else, it's just like I see now is it's no originality.
Yeah, the originality. Yeah.
No more and everything. Because if somebody see you doing this, they're gonna jump on it, and you know what I'm saying, they're gonna try to do it 10 times better or do something different or whatever.
They're trying to
true.
outshine you now.
Yeah, and then tell people that they the one invented it. You be like,
And that part right there is where I get angry, because they don't need to do all that. You can say that, hey, you know, even if you know if you want to really look good and be a humble person, you know your part, the way you remix their shit is much better. But you still say, man, he did it the best, man. He did it the greatest.
Yeah.
Show homage
like,
to
or
it.
say
Even though
straight
you
up
know
and down,
yours
like,
is
I
better.
got my inspiration from so and so. Like,
Exactly.
even me with my music, like, I definitely have said it in the past. Like, my inspirations were Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, The Brat, you know, all the 90s female MCs, even men. So like if people say, "Oh, you sound like so and so," you sound like so, I'm not trying to sound like them necessarily. It's more like they inspired me, you know, and they showed me that I could be myself. You know, I don't have to put on the Foxy Brown or the Little Kim type of persona. You know, I could be the conscious type of, you know, female MC that I am. You know, so I don't have to follow behind anybody, but that puts me in that category now. So when people, you know, want to say, "Oh, who you sound like," that'll be the first thing. When people hear my stuff, the first person I always hear people compare me to is MC Light, which is
MC Light. Okay,
I take that as a huge compliment.
Yeah,
you know,
she's a legend. She's a legend. Hell
absolutely.
Yeah, why not? You know,
Absolutely. Even shout out to Milk D. Even Milk said that when he heard my music the first time, he's like, "Yo, you sound like my sister." That was a shout out to Milk. You know, but yeah, like if you pay homage, then cool. But if you trying to take, you know, Jack Somebody's style and try to shit on them on top of it, it's like, nah.
It's a lot of that. It's definitely a lot of that in social media. You know,
I mean, if we're gonna go the next step, you know, you have people that emulate an entire culture, you know, and try to and then put the other culture down, like you know, like, oh, look at your big old lips, and then go get fillers, you know, look at your big old butt, and then go get a booty.
You know, it's funny though. Back in the days, white women, if they had a big butt, it was a frown upon by white men. They didn't like that, but now,
it was all about the upper. It was all about the boobies, and then it shifted to the booty. I remember that. I remember in the 90s, like in the 90s when you know the top half was more popular, you know, and then it shifted a bit. So I mean,
that's crazy.
That's history, man. I guess people taste change over time, you know. It's cool. It's cool, you know. It's progression, right?
But you know, moving along into this, which it kind of segues into where the disconnection that we have from ourselves, that we need to even do these type of things to validate ourselves or have other people validate us, and just the disconnection between each other. And you know, where in your opinion, like I have my, you know, assessments of that, you know, but what's your opinion on where and why the disconnection between everything started? Like where would you put it? Like some people might say religion started it. Some people might say it was when race came into play.
Because you know, when you look back in the 1400s, there was no such thing of white and black. It was only economic statuses. Because everybody at some point, everybody was indigent servants. And this is before slaves. It was more like servants, because servants, the difference between the both, we know, but this for the sake of the audience, you can pay for your freedom.
Yeah, well, you work
and end up owning servants afterwards. Once you
Mhm.
become free, I don't know if they have a paper system back then. I don't really pay attention to all that, but I know that if you're a free person, you can buy somebody, and they could become free after they serve their time. Because it was two things: either you serve 7 years, or you pay whatever significant amount to be able to buy your freedom up front. So that was
Yeah.
the two things. Slavery was never intended to be permanent. It was only for 7 years, and then later down the line, you got
Well, those are
people that.
indentured servitude. You
Yeah,
know, then
but-
it turned into slavery once people wasn't getting paid and they get, you know, all these consequences come now. You know, like
No, but
they became property.
But actually, the first people to actually do the permanent slavery thing is the United States. That's what makes the United States unique. From the
Oh,
slavery
chattel
system.
slavery was the worst, man.
Meaning that
Well,
we had a
well,
we had a court system at the time, and one of our slave owners went to the courts and said that no, I got my slave for life, and they never heard of it before, and they ruled on it and said it was okay. And when they ruled on him, guess what? All the slave owners,
All of them came out the woodworks like, oh, mine
they was
too.
able to keep their slaves permanently and not just 7 years.
Yep, they was like, mine too. Yeah, mine too.
And it started here in America. That's what America makes it unique from the world, because permanent slavery was here. It wasn't
What you about to say,
no.
Red?
It was permanent slavery in the Middle East too.
No,
first,
but it was only for a year.
America.
It was only for a certain amount of time. You could buy your freedom. You couldn't do that here. You couldn't do that here. No, Arab slavery. If you research it, you could buy your way out of it, or you could do your time, like you could do years and get out of it. The slavery here in America is unique to anywhere else because it was permanent. It started off as 7 years. After your 7 years, the slave do the time, he could leave. No, we made it so it could be permanent, meaning you can have them to death, do your part. And unfortunately,
well, yeah,
it lasted for a long time.
To chattel. See, chattel slavery is definitely unique to the United States for sure. You know what I mean? Like they wasn't doing that in any other place. Nowhere else was chattel slavery done.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like that. Woo, like other countries came and learned from here. That's how South Africa created their apartheid. Like they came here and studied what we was doing here, and it was like, yeah, we're gonna go do that over there.
It's sad.
Like, I mean, it's not funny, but that's what they did. I am not condoning it. I'm just analyzing it.
Yeah, but you know what it is now when you look at society now.
But what do you feel why do you think everybody's disconnected and like divided, disconnected, all that?
I blame it on the psychologists.
That's one level.
Psychologists are the one that created the whole white and black concept, and you better than me and I'm better than you type.
I think they implemented it.
Yeah, psychologists. They had, like, for example, even with Hitler, right? We always focus on Hitler, but the mastermind was Joseph Goebbels. He was a psychologist. He the one that gave Hitler the strategy to do what he did, and that's the reason why they started off with the 1.5 year campaign of degrading Jews by saying stuff verbally across everybody else, to say bad things about them over a period of time. So people could start to believe the bad stuff, and guess what? When you start slaughtering them, people wouldn't care. So that's why that's what they did. They did the propaganda campaign, and it was very effective because when they was getting killed at first, people wasn't coming to the aid.
Itself, but go ahead,
I think is the government. The government will tell us anything, and we believe anything. We'll go with that narrative.
Social engineering, yeah.
I think people that lack critical thinking skills believe everything that they're being told by the government.
But see, the government switched up. Remember back then it wasn't no social media or nothing, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't none of that.
Yeah, they had to adapt.
Yeah. So how did the government brainwash us and made them go our ways? They put the laws out and everything.
They started with that. That's the indoctrination aspect that started in schools.
But now it's social media. That's how they keeping us dumb.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because of social media. Because some people, don't get me wrong, some people is throwing the real truth out there now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of American black people, they don't consider themselves African American no more because now they found out they not from Africa.
We've been reclassified 5 times.
Exactly. So now, but the government said that since we was in 4th, 5th grade, They brainwashed us all the way. Y'all slavery, y'all this, y'all that, such and such and such and such and such.
Propaganda.
But they still doing it now. That's why these and I was
well, we've been here. Well, I look at it like this, and you're absolutely right, Red. I just think we obviously all come from the continent, right? That's not even a debate, right?
We all from Asia.
But the problem is, I see why they want to make us identify with Africa directly, like we're a direct connect, like right, boom, like that, is to give away the claim to America. No, we the original people here. So it's like when you say that you're African American, you basically giving away your rights to American land. So I get the concept of why it's very important to say, no, I'm American. The same way a white man, when you see a white man walking by, we don't say, yo, you're European American. They never even address something where they say they're American. So
that's
I'm American too. Then
in line.
I just so happen to have African DNA, but I'm born here, and my generations and generations and generations and generations might go further back than yours.
Well, hold up. One thing I want to say: a lot of people with the Native American too. Like a lot of people don't understand. We are not Native American. A Native American is from Siberia.
Native American is Native.
Well, there's the Native Americans, but
they're Asians. They're Asians. They're
there's,
from Asia.
There's the two types in Natives. There's them. And there's
a lot of people get it really messed up because when it's just like when we need help as indigenous people that we need help, the native will not come and help us and everything. But we helped them when they came across that landmass. We was here already, so we taught them how to do everything.
With the treaty, they made a deal. With the treaty, they made a deal with the white man to put us in our position. So they was getting decimated.
I'm talking about the white man wasn't even here yet. I'm talking about
was
here first.
No, we worked together. We worked together here. That's why you got a lot. That's the reason why a lot of us have the same. When you do a DNA test, a lot of us got Indian blood in us because a lot of us did procreate with each other.
Well.
If that stuff is even accurate,
nah, that shit is fake. I won't even trust that.
So if you understand what Cherokee Indian blood is, that's Asian blood.
No,
that's not here.
Yes,
no,
it is.
Asian.
No, whoa. Cherokees were copper-colored people.
People think Cherokee.
My grandmother was Cherokee.
But Cherokee Indians,
it was
from Asia.
No, there's a
lot of people don't talk about it.
There's two phenotypes. I'm not phenotypes, but there was two types of natives here. There was the black, the copper colored ones that was already here. Then there was the ones that migrated in, and we all, we coexisted.
This as one.
I'll give you a perfect example. I can't remember the guy's name, right? He the one that actually came to America. Christopher Columbus obviously went to West Indies. He went to Caribbean and all that. But the guy that really did come to America, when he got there, when he talked to the Indians, the so-called Indians told him that these people was there first. They said that we was there first before them.
Well, I mean, now we're talking about Tartaria, the Moors, not just the Moors, but also the Moors. There's a lot of different layers to this and a lot of time unaccounted for.
Yeah, I'm just saying European came last and they came over and took over. They took over the whole shit. Like they said, hold up.
They have better training.
And then they did what they had to do.
Nah, they were savage.
Well, look at the environment. It's all about, and that's why I said everything goes back to environment. The environment that they was in, where the food was scarce. It was more like a dog-eat-dog world, like everybody fighting each other.
I like how Trevor Noah
if you're in an animal situation, y'all all fighting each other. Now you get the opportunity to see that.
I like how Trevor Noah put it. Trevor Noah was like, "I know why they migrated out of Europe because the weather sucks.
Yeah,
it's always raining and cold."
But also they was killing themselves. They was slaughtering. It was white on white
because they fighting for food.
Well, not even that. It was the plagues. It was
all that. They brought all that shit over there.
There was a lot going on.
They fucked this up.
But think about Ireland, right? Ireland was a poor island in which they were starving to death out there. Before they knew what seaweed was, sea moss.
Exactly.
They were starving to death. So it's like when you come from environments like that, and then you go to a place like Africa, which is rich in every minerals, you got fruits and vegetables everywhere. You could just pick off the tree and eat.
Yeah.
You like, and everybody walking around, they don't even look at. See, Africans wasn't even trading gold like currency. That was them over there. They didn't care
Yeah.
about. They was wearing it on their sneakers, walking around with it, using it as a.
Because they didn't
Yeah.
see it as,
They didn't look at it as currency.
they didn't place value on it to the
Oh,
extent
no.
of using it
Yes.
for trade. They seen it
Yes.
as the conduit that it is that helps to amplify your energy because they understood nature, which my opinion towards where the disconnect started, in my opinion, the disconnection between all of us started when we disconnected from nature. Once we stopped identifying ourselves as nature and we started looking at ourselves as, you know, these human beings that are less than, and there's something greater than, you know, once we disconnected from nature and seeing how we are connected to this thing, because like when you can understand the divinity of nature itself and you see your connection to it, now you have to recognize your own divinity, and once you recognize your own divinity, now you recognize it in other people. That's what namaste means. Like when namaste is old, like that's old Buddhism term, and namaste means I see, you know, I see me and you type of thing, basically.
Do you think for a minute, by that way of thinking, if we just stayed with nature, will we have all the necessary technology that we have right now?
We have it. Well, listen,
already had that.
There's things still to this day that we do not know how they built it.
Exactly.
And the reason why is because we understood nature, and it wasn't just understanding nature as of, you know, the trees and the sea and the air and all that. I'm talking about understanding the laws of nature, understanding how you know the natural geometry of nature and how it works, and how you can utilize that and find the math and the science and the numbers and the correlations and, you know, all these different attributes to it, where now you can bend it to your will because you notice the connection. You know what I mean? Like they like the pyramids alone. Oh my God. Like seeing them in person is totally different than pictures.
But the crazy part about it, you know, North America got pyramids too.
Yeah,
they got a couple
of them all over.
They're everywhere. They're in Ohio.
No. It started here first.
I think it was happening at the same time.
What happened? I
don't think it was a first or second thing. I think it was all happening at the same time, because the pyramids are, from what I've learned, they're part of the electrical grid of the planet, like software systems. Like if you were to open up a computer and see how all of the diodes and all these things are position, there's a lot of sites around the world that mirror that. Like it looks exactly like a computer.
But if you go deep down and study, because you know most of our pyramids in the North America are mountains. That's how long
they look like mountains because they're buried. Yeah,
but
that's like even the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon had a sphinx too.
But what they're not trying to say, the geological.
Nobody go there.
That's the other Egypt, because they're trying to say that, you know, the real Egypt is here.
No, but here's the thing. This is why it's wrong.
But I think it was both.
Let me explain why it's wrong. The reason why is because geological. If you do the geological tracing of America, America wasn't even habitable at the time, meaning that at some point, if you get pyramid, I study a lot. Trust me, I don't have to worry about history so much. I worry about the science behind it, because if there's no science backing it up, I'm not going to believe it. But we can tell, we have instruments and we have technology to test certain things to see how old something is and how new something is. And one thing for certain here in America, the pyramids was underwater. The pyramids underwater. Before it was built, it was here for a long time, a lot longer. But the reason why the pyramids are screwed up here is because this whole entire shit was underwater. They just found
the oldest male, because the oldest female was found in Brazil. That's Lucy, right? The oldest male, the oldest lineage of a man, because they always find female. Now they just finally found a male. They found him in the Carolinas. There's an actual living man whose DNA they traced that they could not find any, like it's an anomaly. So they traced it back, and they found remains too. It was a guy with his DNA was different, and they also found remains of what they considered the oldest male, and that was found in the Carolinas. What we call the Carolinas now.
Yeah, they told our history in reverse. Like everything is in reverse to keep us dumb.
Well, that was part of the Great Reset. Like
exactly
the Great Reset, like people like it sounds like we talking crazy, but if you go into just Manhattan alone and you look at certain buildings, it'll say founded. You know, like if you go up to Buffalo where they used to have where they had the World Fairs, they burned most of the buildings, but a lot of them were founded. Like even the subway system, some of the subway systems in New York are so old and they're abandoned. Like they were there way before they, you know, they started trading and selling and buying that island. Like there's a lot of buildings and structures and architecture that's in just NYC alone that it's like, no, this was already here, you know, and you know, they argue it's part of Tartaria. You know, if you look back at the old pictures from like the 1800s, the sky is always whited out. Why? Because they don't want you to see all of the ships that were flying. Like they had like hot air balloons was the thing back then. You know what I mean? Not hot air balloons, like the Zenith, like the blimps, like those were one of the biggest mass transportation, and that's why a lot of the highest buildings have those long antennas on top of it that have all these geometric shapes because they would park it there and recharge
all the structures that you see all over was created by people that was inspired by ancient Egypt.
It was the same people, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is the same people.
It's the same people. Like I'll even go as far as saying this, and y'all gonna probably think I'm crazy. I don't care.
I'm telling you, even the name to the streets, the roads, places like Trenton, all that was created.
Okay. So where did you get your information
from? I got
the
knowledge from ancient Egypt.
Where did you get your information from for all of that? Right,
you can research that.
You just said
you can research.
No,
it.
But I'm saying
the people that created this so-called thing, America, right? They was inspired by people in ancient Egypt, and they took the information from there and went over here and created it. That's why you got a Memphis. There's a Memphis.
That's why I keep telling.
That's why you got a Tennessee. No, not Tennessee. That's why you got a Memphis. You got a Trenton. You got so many streets and names that's named after the same.
Not even now. We got cities.
You got Cairo. You got a Cairo in the United States. There's a Cairo in Egypt. All these names and stuff was taken and created over here to create the same structures and to the best of their ability as mimicking what they see over there.
Okay, dude, you got any family members that's 99 or 100 years old?
Do I have any family members?
Yeah.
I had one that was 145.
See, my thing is this. I talk to them before I read them history books because they all the history and everything. Like they can write down anything in them books and tell you they did it for the longest. They told us we were slavery.
There's a book called Africa. There's a lot of books about this, but I'm gonna shoot a couple out there for the listeners. They Came Before Columbus is one of them by Ivan Van
Serta.
Serta. There's there's another one called Black People Are Indigenous to the Americas, written by Kimberly Norton. You have there's this other one specifically. I'm trying to get the exact name of it so that people can look it up. But it talks about that they've had a lot of information of people that were here visiting that's already seen who was here. You know, they said it, but either way, the other part of technologies that we had were also stargates. And with stargates, you can travel from one continent to the other. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't hard for them to move around. Like it wasn't just through boats. Like these people were highly intelligent. Like they were able to do like just I tell you, like seeing the pyramids in person really was the game changer because I'm like, this is so massive. That the only thing I can think of to myself when I see this stuff is I'm like, this is what we were able to do when we knew who we were. Like when we knew who we were and the power we had and our connection to nature and sciences and all these different things. Like
too many fake gods, though. That's part of it. That was a problem back then.
Well, then that's the next layer. Everybody, because people might argue that religion is the reason why we're all disconnected.
I just think when you have all these people that have modern technology, if let's say I know something more than you do, right? And you look at what I know, so significant, so advanced. You're like, I don't know anybody could do this. He's so advanced for his time. Guess what? Now I'm gonna start calling myself a god. And unfortunately, when you look at ancient Egypt, the same shit. Those guys wasn't gods. They just had more technology than the average person.
People that were from Kemet never looked at them as gods. That was the outsiders that started coming and invading, and they're the ones that started saying that they were looking at them as gods, because that's not what they were. The Netter were seen as aspects of self, of consciousness, parts of our being, like different energies that we exist in.
So what do you think, Ra? Ra wasn't a god.
Ra was the
he wasn't a god,
name that they called the sun. Like they looked at the sun as an entity, not an entity as in God, but if you're going to identify something and what it is to you and give it the praise or the reverence that you want to give it, then you want to name it. So they called it Ra. Like that's what they called the sun. Just like Nut was considered the sky. But Nut was also the connection of all things, all, above. So anytime you see like a lot of hieroglyphs, you'll see this one figure that she stretches all the way across, like she's doing like a like she's in a downward dog almost.
What about Asar though, right? What about
Asar and Aset and Haru? All these stories are talking about the aspects of the masculine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and how these two complement each other, and one is needed for the other. And then you have all the different stories about them. I
just believe they psychology. I don't even believe it's real.
Well, that's what I said.
I believe it's all psychology.
It's more about aspects of consciousness. Like I'll give you an example. Yeah. Like Aset, right? Aset is the great mother.
Yeah.
Now her attributes is that she was nurturing. She gives life. She was also very powerful. She could also be very, destructive. But that's the same thing. Like if I'm in my Aset energy, that's when I'm being loving and nurturing and taking care of people and making sure everybody's okay. And then if I'm going to be in my Sekhmet energy, Sekhmet, she was powerful as hell. You know what I mean? Like Sekhmet, she was either the destroyer of things or the life giver as well. So
for anybody don't know what Asar and Aset is, that's just basically Isis and Osiris. That's the
those are the Greek names. They call
that's the Greek names.
Greek came in and changed it to Isis and Osiris. But
it's a lot of technology there.
Like I said, they were the Netter just basically represented our many aspects of consciousness, because we are multidimensional. Everybody has multiple personalities. Everybody does. You know what I mean? Multiple personality disorder is just when you can't control it and it gets out of hand for you. But everybody has multiple personalities. And I say that as you're not the same person that you are with your mother, that you are with your employer or your employees. You're not the same person you are with your significant other than who you are when, let's say, you fighting somebody. You know what I mean? Like these are different versions of you at different times. And we don't recognize that these are literally separate versions of ourselves. Like two can't exist in the same place at the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, go ahead, Red.
I want to say this. Back then, I'm talking about before even European came over, before the like all the Egypt stuff and everything. Our brain was open 3 times more than it is now. So when you see the pyramids and all that, and people wonder how they did it, because their mind was already pure.
The pineal gland was bigger.
Yeah. But now, once it goes down ages, and then when you get tricked on doing something, they dumb us down and everything. Because back then, it's stuff there. People's, just like you said, people's like, how the hell they do that? How the hell they did that? Because their brain was already open. It was open to different.
But you know, it's even older than the pyramids. The Sphinx. They don't know how far that go back. They can't measure how far I go back because they see.
They just won't tell us. They know
exactly.
No,
they know.
What they're saying is that
The Sphinx is over 40,000 years old.
No, but the reason why they're having a hard time is because it kept on getting built up over and over and over. It was rebuilt so many times.
They know.
The Sphinx itself was
They're just
I'm
not
talking
telling
about they
people.
was building on top of the Sphinx. No, what I'm saying, they was building on top of it, and it got destroyed, and they built on top of it again, got destroyed. Different rules.
Yeah, it was a lion at first, and then they came in and rebuilt it and made it look like a person's head.
But they kept on rebuilding it over. See, after hundreds of years this time, 100 years again, 100 years again. So when they looked at it, they said the only thing is original is that everything else is just they just made it over, and they just kept on making it over, and they kept on making it over again. So that's why
they didn't do it that many times. It was only once.
That was more than one time.
They only rebuilt it one time.
See, but that's what I'm saying. All this, like, this is how they get us stupider and everything, because they say
scrambling all the information.
Yeah. This is what it is. Then somebody said this is what it is. Like I always say, it's technology. You like my thing is this: if you got older relatives, talk to them first. Talk to them first. I guarantee you, our history will be totally different.
If I told them all
they telling us,
learn is that they brainwashed with Jesus and all that stuff. So no, thank you. I read some books.
I'm not even gonna. We ain't even gonna get into that. No way. We ain't touching that one. But moving along,
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab my food.
Go ahead. But moving along, Red. One of the things we were talking about.
She put my food on the steps. I got a chair. She put my. I hate
go get your food, man. But Red, last week, one of the things we were talking about, and I want to get your take on this too. We were talking about relationships, because I think we were working off of one of your sound offs where you were talking about oh man, which one was there was one of them that you spoke about somebody living with you. When would you allow someone to be with you or would live with someone? But either way, the whole point is relationships. I want to talk more about that, because one of the things that I see that people appreciate is when we give our 2 cents on how to navigate within relationships. So you're someone that's been married for a long time. So what would you say is your secret?
Well, the secret is you got to be friends first before anything. Like when I met my wife, we was friends first and everything. A lot of people jump into relationships.
How long were y'all friends before you actually started dating?
The guard, 7.
7 years. So y'all was just cool people.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We was together, but it was so when we took that vow and everything, you basically like I said, matter of fact, I know what you're talking about when I said a relationship or a marriage is a business deal, 50-50. That's what you're talking about, right? Like basically it is a partnership, because you got to spend time, keep them happy. What else? Don't let people get into your business, because that's what breaks up a lot of people. I see that people are getting into your business, and just like the today's sound off, it connects to that. A lot of people are jealous of what you got. People will be like, "Damn, they've been together." Like one time when I used to live on Staten Island, people would be saying, "Yo, I see you and your girl all the time." I always see y'all on Forest Avenue. Y'all eating, y'all shopping. People get jealous of that. People be like, "What do she got?" Such and such and such and such and such. Like I tell people, you got to be friends first. If you can't meet a person and be like, "Okay, yo, we cool and this and this and this and this and that," and then all of a sudden, sex get into it and everything.
Yeah,
I tell a lot of people, sex fuck up a relationship and everything, because no disrespect to the girls and no disrespect to the dudes. When you give that girl or that girl give you that shit, now jealousy pops up.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would say a whole bunch of things start popping up, like expectations. And
exactly.
Like I could definitely agree with that, where sex complicates the hell out of things. because if you weren't, like you're saying, friends first, when you got to know each other, you got to see how, you operate,
Right.
see how consistent this person is, if they truly down for you.
And plus, if you get, my thing is this. My old dad used to always tell me this, and my uncles. If you can talk to a girl, this is the man's point of view. If you can talk to a girl while she's sitting on the toilet shitting, yeah, y'all good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all good and everything. You know
and vice versa.
And
vice versa.
And everything.
He's
you gotta have. You got to have that bond. You definitely got to have that bond.
I think that is a level of comfortability that is what helps you to coexist with each other. Because that whole thing where people like, oh, my girl don't fart around me, or oh, I don't fart around my girl. Like, so somebody got to actually get up and go in the other room just to make you feel comfortable.
That's crazy.
In the beginning, if they burp, they have to say excuse me all the time. Like when I'm home, I don't gotta say excuse me when I burp.
I got what I mean.
And I want to be comfortable in my house.
Red, what do you think about the beginning? The beginning, they should be hide that shit in the beginning.
No.
I didn't at the dinner table like burn. Hold on one second.
Look.
It takes time.
Look, no, it don't. I would eat some hot peanuts. I used to always eat the hot peanuts and shit. So when I first was meeting her, coming over to her house and shit, I wasn't holding my force because what did your mother say? Look, your mother said you better let that shit out for that shit hurt you or something.
Yeah, like I rather be ashamed than bust a vein.
Yeah.
All day.
And plus, you the most important thing in a relationship, you got to be yourself. If you're not yourself in the relationship, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because you got to keep up with, and plus lying. You got to keep up with the appearance and you got to keep up with the lying. That shit is not going to work.
And at the basis of all those things is respect.
Yeah,
I mean, like when you truly respect each other, like you truly and I was talking about this the other day. Like value and respect are synonymous. Because you only respect the things you value, and you value the things you respect. You know what I mean? So when there's a true respect in there, and I'm not just saying where just this person I respect. Like no, like you have an overall respect, like men to women. If as a man you have overall respect for women, and then this particular woman, that also helps because some guys I'm not gonna say all of them, but there's a nice amount of guys out there that do not respect women.
Smoothie is nasty. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm drinking anyway. I'm paying. I gotta pay for
women
it.
at all. What kind of smoothie is that?
Raspberry, strawberry, banana, and
that sounds good.
I don't see the banana.
But it goes back to social media. Social media dictates relationships now.
That's the people that let that shit dictate it.
No, that's the norm now. It's just like a lot of people do just like reality shows and social media.
Nah, you're right. It definitely influences them and shapes people's ideas.
Big shit like what you call it? Go get a little dog. You got half of the girls in the projects got little fucking poodles. And I'm like, what the fuck is come on now? Like they a lot of people want to live that life. But my mother always said, don't live that life with bare money. You can't do that.
Yeah, my uncle used to call it champagne taste and beer pockets.
Yeah, like
but everybody's trying to keep with, well, not everybody, but a lot of people try to keep up with the Joneses all the time. Like I'm definitely not one of those women that need to follow trends and all that. Yeah. And I spoke about this on a prior episode where I was saying like I can't get into the lashes and all the extras and all that. Like it's just too much. It's just too like I can see it where it looks natural, where you can't really tell, but when it's like straight, like no, y'all doing too much. Like
I'm looking at her like, whoa, look at her eyelashes, they flying.
Yeah. Nah, see, but just like how men put on shows for men, women
Yeah,
put on
yeah.
shows for other
Feel
women.
for the woman.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's
men, they try to impress each other with big muscles and big cars
yeah,
and
yeah.
flashy this, and women try to impress other women with their hair, their nails.
They butts, titties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that. Me personally, for me, I can only speak for myself. I'm very practical in that sense. I don't even, and it's not because I don't have the money to. I don't even get my nails done. I do them myself. Like I don't really like people messing around with, cutting my cuticles. Like I'm so afraid of them cutting my finger, my skin, and they're getting infected, and I lose a finger.
Yeah.
Like, like
No,
I'm more
that's a fact.
paranoid about it.
What about a man getting his nails done and his toes done? What do you think about that?
I think that's an amazing. I think all men need to get manis and petties
I
at the
got
minimum.
ugly feet. When I go get them done, the ladies
They ugly because you don't get them done.
No, I get
that's
them
why
done.
they ugly.
I get them done at least once every 2 months.
You got it. Men have to take care of themselves, and more importantly,
Well,
y'all
I
deserve
do
it.
my
Like if
own.
you working,
I do my own.
nah, you cannot beat a pedicure. Somebody rubbing your feet
no niggas getting
and
the dead skin off.
massaging. Oh my
They scrubbing the
god,
dead skin
I
off
love
and
it.
all that. Have you walking out there floating and shit?
I work way too hard not to like. That's one thing I do. I might not get my hands done, but my feet's always done. You know what I mean? Like I love getting a pedicure.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. A lot of like I'm going back to the European stuff. You know, I got love for my Caucasian peoples. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just want to put that out there. But when they came over with
we all got some in our DNA.
With the boots, you said?
When they came over with the boots, remember, indigenous people didn't wear shoes like that.
They wore sandals and moccasins.
Moccasins that can breathe. They brung over the leather boots and the belts, the buckles and all that. That's how people started getting their feet fucked up. Because
once they started making them narrow, because our feet are supposed to lay flat. Huh?
Yeah, and plus, if they sweating all the time, like that's why when the indigenous people made boots, it was out of like breathable.
Yeah, it was made out of hide.
Yeah, and stuff like that. That's why I said we knew what we was doing until they came.
Because we were connected with nature, and we were also matriarchal. That's the other layer of disconnection is the patriarchy, but we're going to stay in the relationship talk right now where, Kurt, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Red before you got up is, what do you feel is the secret to having a good relationship with your significant other, with your wife?
Oh, the number one thing is communication and compromise. Two things. Communicate with each other when you have problems. And compromise doesn't mean that, and don't try to win. And this is for a man thing, because sometimes our egos get driven. Don't try to win every battle. I like to think that women are is not as logical as men. Sometimes they say this is how I feel, and we sit there and say no, but 1 + 1 is 2. No, not today. I don't feel it should be 1 + 1 is 2 today. I feel it should be 35. Your job, your duty is not to fight with them, is to keep the peace. Because the whole idea is, do you want to win an argument, or you want to win an argument?
Do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy?
You want to be right.
Exactly.
It's single, or you want to be.
Do you want to be happy?
That's why I keep my mouth shut with everything. Like I don't even indulge with that bullshit. Yeah, whatever, honey. Do you?
I mean,
like,
I will say this.
You said that you win all your arguments, you're already failing your marriage. If you're a man and say you win in all your arguments, you already failed in your marriage. It's not about winning. Nah, who keeps score that shit?
You know what it is though, and a lot of guys do get this twisted. Sometimes we just want you to listen.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we just want y'all to, because like men and women both are emotional. There's no one is more emotional than the other. It's just that one
No,
expresses their emotions differently.
I got some. No, you got some
all
men now.
emotional.
It's more
Yes, you
emotional
do.
than women. So
No.
Yes, you do.
I know a
They're
few-
starting
I
to
know a few
express it
dudes.
more femininely. You know, like
They
No,
are
I know
feminine.
some feminine. I
They
know
are
some
feminine
dudes.
in it.
Jizzle, I used to say that, but I'm thinking women
No,
got
you
balls
listen.
now. Women
I will
got more
not be
balls
the
than
one
niggas
to
nowadays.
ever say that they ain't
A lot
no
of niggas that don't
BS
got no balls.
out there because I call them BAMs. There's a whole bunch of bands out there.
There's a
You
lot
know,
of Negroes that don't got no balls, man, and all they do is yap, 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 yap. They arguing back and forth. You know what's
when
the
I
problem?
see a dude
Ask me
arguing with a
to,
female
guy,
from a
and they're
distance,
like,
I can't tell who's
yeah.
who.
Yeah. Ain't no way. Let me tell you something. You're not gonna catch me in public arguing back and forth. Once my wife say blah 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 blah, I'll be quiet. So if I'm quiet, it's gonna make it either be quiet or be like, you know what, I ain't gonna fight because it looks now I'm looking crazy if I'm just arguing with myself.
No. Once
Hell
you get in the
house,
once you get in the house,
say a few words and then shut up.
no,
That's what I do.
yeah, exactly.
I'll say a
exactly.
few.
Like,
I'll
you
say
know what?
these real quick. I'm trying to settle that shit without my
I ain't gonna talk now.
and like two sentences,
I'ma
and
talk
then
later.
afterwards you can go blah 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 blah. And I sit there listening. Okay, bro.
look. I just do this. Yeah. And then when she turn around, I'm like, fuck you, whatever. And then I go.
Oh damn, that's rough.
That's what you do when you was a kid. When your
I'm
parent turns around,
Exactly.
you throwing up all the fingers and stuff, making all the faces, and then what you doing? I seen you.
But that makes you feel when you used to do that to your parents, didn't
Oh,
it
it
make
felt
you feel
good.
good?
It felt good.
All right, then.
It did. It
So
did. It felt good.
that's what I do. That's what I do. Fuck
Shit,
it.
I was
Listen,
scared.
there's
You know
nothing
what? My
wrong
mom
with having that moment as long as you're not now degrading that person because you're mad.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like one of the things I learned in you know my experiences,
yeah.
how somebody treats me when they're mad is really the best determination if this person really has my back or not.
That's what
the
the pastor said.
Because when somebody's mad at you, it depending on who and how they are and how they operate, like that's how I got to see even female friendships. You know, I seen how a female really is with me when she, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, I can tell now. I see what you think of me.
But that's what the pastor said. It was a pastor I was listening to. No, it was Klepto Dollar, the crazy guy. But he's very intelligent though. They always
of course
are.
he was intelligent.
They
That's how he
are.
was able to get all his money.
But what he did say that made it a lot. Oh shoot, what happened to Red?
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Okay. What made it so intelligent is that Klepto Dollar said, "Don't you marry nobody until you're able to see how they are when they're angry."
Yeah,
He said
like you should see somebody in all seasons.
That's the most important emotion that you need to wait for before you get married. Because right now, when you meet somebody, y'all in sync, everything is good.
Mm-hmm.
You need to see how it is when shit ain't good,
and how well do they
can you handle it?
And how well do they communicate what they're feeling instead of holding it in and then start treating you differently because now they have this idea and they're not sharing it with you. So now it's kind of like getting the rug pulled from under your feet, because I've had that happen to me a lot of times where I'm thinking, you know, everything is cool, but this person is really having, you know, these internal thoughts that they're not sharing with me. And then now they starting to treat me differently or treat me messed up. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? You know, because you had a change of heart, or, you know, you judging me now. So, you know, now you're going to start treating me based off of what you're judging me as, and your judgment ain't right. You know, your judgment isn't always valid. You know,
I don't know what happened.
It's all right. We got you back, Red. We good. You know, but yeah, like when somebody's you can really tell who's for you when you go through these different seasons with them.
Yeah.
You know,
and what
crazy.
My mom said, my mom used to say, people are either here for a season, reason, or lesson.
Season. Yeah.
Season,
I can feel that season.
Or lesson. Yeah.
I can feel that season because a lot of people there for a season. You'll be like, you know what, your time is up. You gotta go.
Yeah, I had a lot of lessons.
But
I'm a knucklehead. I got plenty of. I always get lessons. Unfortunately,
before we get ready to get out of here, I want to say something. I want to send a condolence shout out to the Grant family. Ali Grant Power. I definitely want to send a shout out to him. Like, we grew up in Park Hill together and everything, and he turned the hip hop game into a major event on Staten Island. Like he definitely put Staten Island on the map. Wu-Tang, you know, salute to y'all brothers and everything. But we lost a big
absolutely.
one.
Rest in peace, Power.
Yeah. We lost a big one and everything. And plus, he was still working up to the day he passed. That's the crazy part. He was still trying to make moves and everything. And that's a real person. And that's what keeps me doing what I do and everything. Because I want to tell one story about him. When we did the buildings in 2010, right? He called me up. He was like, yo, I seen the trailer. That building movie is hot. So I was like, thanks, I appreciate that. He said, nah, but I want to be part of that. I was like, yeah, all right. Like, I'm like, all right. He said, no. He said, no, Red, I want to be part of that and everything or whatever. And when he said he wanted to be part of that, and he said it's like Wu-Tang all over again. Yo, I knew I had something. And that's why I got the builder book getting ready to come out. Oh, also the movie. So like I just want to salute him. Like he did a lot for Staten Island. He did a lot for Park Hill, and he gave a lot of people jobs now. And everything. A lot of people's millionaires because of Power. So salute.
Yeah, I didn't. I when I see it came across my timeline, I was like, oh shit, I remember. Wow.
Yeah, when I seen it, I was like, oh man, this is definitely gonna make an impact on.
It's always you know what it is. It hurts because it's like, why some losers can't die? It's always the good ones, right? You ever notice that?
Exactly.
Always the people that have so much more to give and they still giving, and they're about to do some big shit, and then boom, they go. But you got people out here ain't doing shit with their life, drinking, smoking, getting in trouble, getting charged the charge, and getting lucky with the criminal justice system, and constantly skating and walking out, doing more shit, and they live to be like 85. Somebody need to get rid of that ass. Like we need to talk to Jesus, God, be like, yo, God, can we do exchange? Can we pick and choose the people? Like some of these people need to go, and some of these people need to stay. You know?
Yeah. He was the one. He should have stayed and everything. But you know what I'm saying? I guess Allah got something planned for him. So salute you. You at peace now.
Yes,
yeah, man. Rest in peace, Power, for sure.
Yeah, man. It sucks, man.
I mean, listen, we all have an exit strategy. I feel like the most important thing about life, it's not about what you do, it's the mark that you leave behind. You know what I mean? It's like you want to leave the world in some way better than what it was before you left. You know what I mean? Like you want to contribute something. Like even for me, I feel like my contribution to the world before I go, you know, my legacy is, you know, I'm talking about where conscious, you know, being more conscious, being more aware, being about self-love, about gratitude, about, you know, I mean, self-love is, I feel like when people can master self-love individually, that will bring the connection back that we are now experiencing the disconnect of, because at the end of the day, reality is reflective. So everything is disconnected on the outside because we're all disconnected on the inside.
Yeah.
So once I understood that, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to do the best that I can to share that in every way, shape, or form. You know, even down to where I created the Posse Balls, you know, the books that I've written, even my music, you know, like even the music that I've made, none of my music was ever on some, I'm trying to kill, murder. You know what I mean? Like even one of my songs, Cause and Effect, where I took it there to that esoteric, you know, vibe with Cause and Effect. And that's just me again, sharing the knowledge, putting that information out there to show people the example that you could incorporate if it resonates with you, you know, so that you can become the change that you want to see in the world. You know what I mean? Like you can't wait for the change to happen. You got to become the change.
That's true.
You know, and I think that's the biggest message that I want to make sure I leave behind. You know, you can go through all types of shit, but it really just boils down to your mindset and how you push and navigate through that. and what you leave behind as a result. You know, so
Yeah, I hear you, cause I'm leaving. I'm leaving behind. I'm a poor righteous teacher, so I'm teaching. You know what I'm saying? I just want to teach. While I got breath in my lung, I'm gonna teach.
I'm gonna
That's
say
all.
you a rich righteous teacher.
Yes,
I want to say
sir.
That's all.
poor rich
No,
righteous teacher.
Or
no.
it's
I'm
just
a
a
poor.
humble. It's just a
No,
humble way of saying,
nah,
right? No?
I'm a poor righteous teacher. I teach the deaf, dumb, and blind because
I
it's
understand.
85%. It's 85% of people is deaf, dumb, and blind. So I definitely teach and
That is a
everything. I
fact.
don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no glory or none of that. And like that's what I am.
Mhm.
So
Well, I mean, I feel like we have to make it mainstream, but that's why we here. But you know, we can keep going. But you know, part of what we doing is this Awareness Academy 411. So I hope everybody enjoyed our episode. You know, we'll be back
Nope.
again next week. It's good
We
to
got
see
our
you
boy
again,
Red
Red.
on, man.
We
That
got
shit's so amazing, man.
Red. You know, but
Missed
listen, I
you,
hope
man.
everybody enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Again, I'm your girl Wendy Zizzo here with Nappy Red and Kirk the Jerk. We are Awareness Academy 411. Till next time. Peace.